Hello, it's Friday the 27th of August and this is your week at Capital Economics. My name's Jennifer McKeown and I'm the head of our Global Economics Service. The focus this week has been on the build-up to the Jackson Hole Central Bankers Symposium, which is taking place as I speak. Most attention will go to Jerome Powell's speech, particularly given that the minutes of the July FOMC meeting suggested that the Fed might be gearing up to taper its asset purchases before the end of the year. We doubt that Powell will be ready to give any explicit guidance about the timing or the pace of the taper this week, not least because of the rise in virus cases in the US related to the Delta variant and concerns about the effect that that might have on the US economy. In an update that he published this week, our chief US economist Paul Ashworth explained that we now think that the most likely timing for the announcement of a taper will be the November FOMC meeting, and he also gave his thoughts on what form that taper might take. If there are some hints of tapering this week, then we doubt that they'd have a significant immediate impact on financial markets, as Oliver Allen explained in one of our Capital Daily publications this week. However, tapering will ultimately remove one of the obstacles to a rise in US yields as US inflation continually surprises on the upside. The Fed isn't the only central bank to have been given pause for thought by a rise in cases related to the Delta variant recently. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand, for example, has had to delay its liftoff. But the Bank of Korea wasn't prepared to wait, and it hiked interest rates by 25 basis points this week. Our emerging Asia economist Alex Holmes was among the first to forecast the rate hike in Korea this year. And he wrote an update this week explaining why we now expect another interest rate hike in November and more tightening to come next year. Alex, together with our senior global economist Simon McAdam, also hosted a drop-in this week on global trade and the outlook for trade amid ongoing supply bottlenecks. That followed the publication of our Global Trade Monitor, which is an interesting monthly document which delves into the trade data and outlines our forecast for trade. That's not all we've been writing about this week. There's a lot more on our website, including some thoughts on the forthcoming German election. Please have a browse and let us know if you need more access. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, thank you for listening and have a great weekend.